When you're ready to start an assessment, you're taken to the heat map. The heat map is your command center. This is where you can view the data as it pours in real time, and it allows you to get a lot of vital information so you can make some pretty cool decisions. So let's take a look. So right away I can see this student has already entered in some answers she's completed. I can see that all of these students haven't yet logged in, where Alvin White is the only other student besides Yada to have logged in. If I go over to Alvin's screen, I have it open on another tab here, I can start this assessment and start answering questions, and I can see the screen update. And as it's going in, ooh, I got one wrong. I'm going through. Okay. So, Alvin didn't do that great. I walk over to Alvin and I say, and I'm seeing the scores coming in. I say, Alvin, what's going on? And we're looking at his work. I click on his tab and I see what answers he selected. He chose 350 for this question, but let's say I'm looking over at his work and I see it's all correct. Wow, 175 isn't the right answer. It's actually 350. What I can do then is click on the question and change the right answer to 350. Now his score updates and he actually got it correct. So we keep on looking at it, and now I'm looking at the next one, and I can see that he selected 22 kilometers, but the work that's on his page, it came out to be 55 kilometers. And I say, Alvin, why did you select 22? He said, I didn't mean to. Look, I meant to say 55. I have the work here. It's 55. So I can click this and manually change his score so he actually got it correct. And so by walking over and speaking with Alvin, I can see that in actuality he didn't get do too badly. So he wouldn't be on the intervention hot list, but he's not quite on the superstar list either. So we still have some work to do. So I might want to go and select the reteach tab and talk about this last question, because both of my students got it the same wrong answer. So this is good to go over. I would switch this over to projector mode, and I would be able to use a little bit of whiteboard space on my projector, and we can write and work this problem out. If I go back to teacher mode, I want to show you a couple more things that this heat map has to offer. We're also starting to roll out this rubric grading. It's still in progress, but when it's all working, you'll be able to see what answer that the student had entered. They selected an answer, so they didn't type anything in, but if there was a longer response, you'd be able to then mark whether or not it was correct or incorrect. So this is starting our new rubric-based answers that are on their way. You can also use the student admin tab to see what a student's username is, and if they forgot their password, you can press this button to reset it to 123. That way the student can use this username and the password 123 to log in. As soon as they do, they'll be asked to issue a new password for their account. The last feature about the press the wrong button. Here is the heat map. I also wanted to show this add student button, and that's useful because you can just quickly pull up the instructions that a student would need to follow to join your class. You can also toggle whether or not a assessment is hidden or visible. If once you're all done, and let's say that these are the only two students I have in my class because there's some field trip or something that the rest of the students are attending, and I don't want this assessment to be remaining open, I can end class and log students out, so everything is closed and the ticket is no longer visible. Okay, that's an overview of the heat map. I'm going to make a separate video just to go into more depth about this amazing reteach tab. Thank you very much.